Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here. Hey, Nola Deej, good morning, brother. Hope it's nice weather over there in New Orleans. Over there in New Orleans. I've seen Adam the Woo gave me it got super duper super cold here, brother. Dropped down to 29 degrees, but not here in the bus. I have my generator going. Stuck inside at work, huh? Yep. I'm gonna be heading to the labor force ready today. Seeing what kind of work they got me today. Yesterday they had me at a warehouse. It was a cold warehouse. It had no heat. No heat in the warehouse. Even though they had heaters, they didn't run their heater. So yeah, I guess somebody said my bus is not a true home. So according to this person, I'm not going to mention no names. Nobody knows who this person is, but this person does watch me. I guess I am truly homeless. Sorry, Nola Deej, I missed what you said there. Wow, no heat, that sucks. Oh man, trust me, I've been there. I've worked in blistering Oklahoma heat with no air conditioning. Way back in the day, back in my early 20s, when I was a young lad, I used to work for Delta Airlines, and I would load and unload the planes with luggage, and try doing that in the summertime and crawling up in the belly of them beasts, the belly of the beast of the airplanes, and doing all that stuff. Home is where you hang your hat. Yes, brother, I agree. I mean, dude, I got this. I mean, this is my home. I mean, I feel very comfortable here. See, I got my coffee going. I already had my coffee. I'm just cleaning my coffee pot. I run hot water through it after I use it and whatnot. I mean, it's my home. It's my home. Get everything kind of, you know, enclosed so I can keep the heat trapped up in here and whatnot. And of course, Mr. Ranger Dog, he's just being happy-dappy. Yeah, I don't have my topper up because I want the heat to be nice and trapped in here. But yeah, it was just something I kind of went to bed thinking about last night. Somebody said that since I'm up here and I don't have an actual place I'm staying at, that I'm homeless, and maybe I should go back, take my house off the market and live there. Even though that's not exactly what I have planned. Ooh, sorry, Nola Deej. Anybody that would give about your home is just jealous, man. Don't give one thought to it. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. I needed to hear that, man. Like I said, I went to bed with a lot of thoughts on my head last night, and you know, I just in a lot of thought today. I guess I woke up a lot of thoughts, you know, and stuff to do. But dude, Nola Deej, that's cool. The Woo said he wants to come down to New Orleans, and do some vlogging with you, man, and hang out. That's really cool. That's really cool, man. I hope he gets down to your neck of the woods soon. I bet you it's nice down there in your neck of the woods. Like weather-wise, you know, like it don't get as cold. Maybe I should become a snowbird and go down to where the weather's warmer and work through the winter. I thought about that. I really thought about that. Going down to like the Gulf of Mexico, or like South Padre Island, or somewhere in Texas, or maybe even over in Louisiana or somewhere, or Bayou La Battery, Alabama, somewhere along the coast where it's warmer in the summer or winter time, and find work. It would be nice, it'd be extremely nice to work out of my VW bus, you know, like offline, you know, like on the internet and whatnot. It would be cool. But also, I don't mind, you know, kind of going from place to place and working odd jobs. I mean, yes, I am a gypsy. And somebody else says, oh, you got problems because you don't have a 9-to-5 job every day to go to. Like, I don't know. Like I said, Nola Deej, I had a lot of things in my head last night. It's like, oh well, I just keep on trucking, you know. I keep on trucking. So yeah, $1.99 for unleaded here in my neck of the woods, even though that has ethanol in it. Thank you, brother man. I appreciate that, Nola Deej. I'm not. I mean, I guess I did in a way, because I went to bed with it on my head and thought about it, and then woke up thinking about it. Had a little bit of anxiety about it. It's like, yes, brother, you live your life your own way. I'm just trying to live more simpler. You know, through the years, I've always had big bills and stuff like that. Thank you, Nola Deej. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. I appreciate it. I really do, man. So yeah, this is it. This is my little home. My home away from home. My home in my home. So yeah, that's why I went live with am I homeless? Would you consider me being homeless? I don't know. I don't consider being homeless because this is my home. I mean, I've always thought, so long as I have this VW bus, you know, I have a roof over my head, you know, let's say that, God forbidding, that the world doesn't come to an end, it just, everything stops, you know, going every day, and society as we know it kind of collapse. I'll still have a roof over my head. That's how I've always looked at it. Always. This pick-em-up truck, so I was reading what you said there, brother Nola Deej. Almost dropped you again. Life's about adventure and living. You're doing all those things. Thank you, brother. Yeah, there seems to be a programmed thing in a lot of people that we must conform to, you know, certain ways of living. And I just don't know, you know. I don't want to I don't know, man. I just had a lot of things in my head, dude. A lot of stuff going through my brain. You know, am I making the right choices in life and whatnot? And I think I am. I really do. I think the biggest deterrence is when, like yesterday, when somebody said, well, maybe since you're homeless, you should just go back to Ponca City and live in your house that you put up for sale and find a real job there, and yada yada yada. Yeah, brother man, you are right. There is no right, no wrong. It's all about learning. And that's one thing I have learned in this little thing we call life, is it's a learning experience. It's all, you know, it is. It's learning. Yeah, brother, man. Like, you know, that's how we learn. Like, if I decide to, you know, go work at a job somewhere and they want to give me a permanent job, you know, those are the choices and stuff. But that's another part of me. It's like when I work at a permanent job, after a few months, I don't know if I get bored of it, even though I enjoy whatever work I'm doing. I just feel like I need to go on to something else. I guess that's the gypsy in me, because I always feel like I need to be moving. Like, you know, if I sit around too long, I get stuck in a rut. Kind of like, you know, when Adam the Woo would talk about pushing himself to do something different all the time, you know, like it's easy just to say, heck it, I'm gonna, you know, kind of sit in a pity pot and not do nothing, or, you know, not get out and do much. I'm reading here, brother. Yeah, brother, man. Learn and move on. I agree. I agree. So, yep, I'm going in to work here shortly. I got to start getting the bus all. It's basically all I got to do is put stuff up. That's what makes it really cool. Is all I do is just put everything up. Reconnecting. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Morning, brother, Kentucky Ranger. Kentucky Ranger. You too, Nola Deej. Thanks for tuning in, brother. You have a good day. Enjoy work. And I will see you on the flip side, my brother. He's running. So yeah, Kentucky Ranger. Me and Nola Deej have just been talking about, am I homeless? I don't think I am. I don't feel like I am. Home is where your bus is. It's a saying that a lot of people say when it comes to the VW or van lifers. You know, home is where your van is. And there are so many people out there that have chose this type of lifestyle, van life or nomadic life. There's a couple out there called Idle Bus Theory, and they live in a VW bus. They've been living in their VW bus, I think, going on 6 years now. They're Californians, Northern California folk, and they travel all over the Midwest out of the bus, living in their bus, and they find odd jobs. They do different things over on the internet. They have a book that they sell. So yeah, man, I'm just, like I was explaining to Nola Deej earlier, just yesterday, somebody informed me, maybe since I'm homeless, I should just go back to where my house is that's up for sale in Ponca, live there, and find a job and just like conform to boring, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home type of lifestyle. I don't know. That doesn't appease me. Your sister-in-law lives in a tool shed. Dude, that wouldn't be bad, you know? Like, I've seen a bunch of sheds, and people are buying these little sheds up, and some of them have like little porches, and they turn them into little living spaces. And I like that. You know, I wouldn't mind something like that, but like I was explaining to Nola Deej, if I was to do something like that, I'm afraid that within like a few months to a year, I'd be like totally bored with my situation, that I need to do something else. And that's what I like about my bus. I can always be mobile. It's not a shed full of tools. So I gotta read here. Hers has a porch. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I actually, here, like, I think it was like 2 months ago, just a few, is when I started kind of, is when I was still at the Good Karma Garage living there, and I would drive to Oklahoma City and work and stay here at the truck stops instead of driving all the way back, I seen somebody have one of those little sheds with a porch, and they put it on a little flatbed trailer, and they were hauling around on in their truck, and that was where they were living. I was like, wow, you know, like, that's very cool. I mean, it was itty bitty, but still, I mean, for a single guy or a couple that don't have any kids, that would be perfect, you know, perfect. Still, you know, I would not trade my VW bus for anything like that, because I mean, I love my bus. I love being able to pull up anywhere, you know, put up the curtains and sleep or hang out, whatever the case may be. I can actually hang out at the Walmart down the road here. The Walmart down the road allows overnight camping and whatnot in Yukon, but I also found out that sometimes the cops, because they have a city ordinance that doesn't allow sleeping in your van or in your car. Oh, it says I'm reading here, Kentucky Ranger, in my Isuzu pickup when I was going to trucking school, and basically lived in my truck for 2 years. I was far, dude. That's really cool. I went to truck driving school. Did I tell you about that? Did I ever tell you? I went to truck driving school for C.R. England in Southern California. It's when I first moved to Southern California. They sent me off to not Bakersfield, to Pomona, California, and I shot through their schools, actually called Truck Drivers Boot Camp, and I was scoring 90 to 100% on all the tests. And then it came my blood pressure, which I didn't understand, and it hasn't happened since. My blood pressure, they couldn't control it even with pills, and I had to have glasses. So they sent me back to Ojai, where I was living, saying that once I get glasses that I can come back to their truck driving school, and I'll finish their truck driving school, and they put me to work. Well, when that happened, I got a job at a RV dealership. But you know, I've even kicked around the idea of doing that, going back and doing truck driving school and all that jazz. But there's only one slight issue, is I'd have to bring Mr. Puppy Dog Ranger with me if I got a gig driving trucks, you know, across the United States. I've even thought about confronting, you know, talking to my younger brother, because he has a commercial driver's license. Yes, he has a family, but all his kids are getting older. His two youngest daughters are going to be in junior high next year. Hunter, my nephew, he'll be graduating in 2 years. My niece will be graduating within a year, my oldest niece. So, you know, I've thought about, hey, Jeff, that's my brother's name is Jeff, like, hey, I'll get a CDL, let's get a truck, and we'll just team up and you know, be a team drivers and make money. I've thought about that. His biggest thing is he don't want to, you know, be too far from his family, which I understand. But once his kids are getting older enough, you know, I think it'd be a great idea. We'll train you now. Yeah, most companies will train. That's true, brother. Expedient service. Yeah, is that like hot shotting? You know, like hot shotting, when like you go pick up like a car, get a good straight truck with a sleeper. Yeah, dude. Oh man, some of those trucks with sleepers, I seen some. I was watching on YouTube, and some of those trucks with those fancy dancy sleepers, they're like little motorhomes. It's like, geez, $100,000, $200,000, you know, sleepers, just the sleepers on the trucks. Yeah, you can make really good money, and I understand that. Man. My biggest thing in life is I want to be able to just enjoy life. You know, I don't want to have money being my driving force in life. You know, like, you know. Oh, you got the new, that's cool. Hauling for Toyota. Yeah, like I said, I don't want my driving force to be you know, making money, which making money is a good thing, you know. It keeps food and clothes on you and stuff, and Mr. Ranger and all that jazz, keeps the bus going. I like that, you know. But when your driving force is to do nothing, become a millionaire or a rich person, you know, I don't know if that's a good way of looking at it. My boss yesterday, or the day before, my boss that I work on construction, he was talking about there's not room out there for all of us to be rich, you know. And it's like, I don't want that driving force, you know. I just want to be able to just have money so I can pay my bills, which I don't want many bills. The Jetta bill is a bummer. I don't like having a Jetta bill at all, a car payment at all. Yo! The keeper. Yo! Good morning. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy. Totally hip and groovy. Let me flip over. Yeah, there's the morning. Yes, live comfortably. And that's the way I want to live. That's the way I want to live. I want to be able to live comfortably. And I am living comfortably. I just, like I said, I don't like having the Jetta payment. I do not like having the Jetta payment. That was very unexpected. My ex-wife was supposed to be taking over those payments and putting the loan in all her name and whatnot, but it is what it is, and I'm not gonna back out on that because I had an agreement. I had, you know, all that jazz to pay on that car, on that Jetta. And a lot of people say, well, just sell it and then pay off what you owe on it. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, what's up? You want some KFC? I like KFC every once in a while. It's pretty good stuff. My buddy Donald works at KFC. Nope, I'm not in Oregon. I'm in, whoa, almost dropped you. Sorry about that. I'm in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. O-K-L-A-H-O-M-A. Oklahoma. That's where I'm at. And it's super duper, it got super duper cold last night. Dropped down to 29 degrees. 29 degrees. But I'm staying nice and cozy in the old VW. Got my heater just cranked up. And then when I make this, see, all Ranger's like, I got an itch. Ranger's got an itch, this itch. Here, I'll pat Ranger on the old head for you there, Kentucky Ranger. I'll give Ranger a old pat in the head. Oh yeah? Where you at, keeper? Where's your neck of the woods? Flying J's are all over the place. That's really cool. If you're ever traveling, let me sit you down here again. If you're ever traveling, you need a place to sit. Portland, Oregon, cool. Ah! Darn it! I dropped you guys, and this time almost dropped you into Ranger's water bowl. That would have been a bummer. This is a waterproof phone, though. Portland, Oregon. I've been through Oregon a couple times, down the I-5. When I lived in California, I was working for an RV rental company, and he'd fly me every October up to Seattle, Washington to pick up brand new motorhomes and drive them back. Catfish Jones, Catfish Jones. Air cool love, heck yeah, brother man. Air cool love. And that's true. That air outside is right now is definitely cool. Definitely cool. So this VW, when it drives around, it's going to eat it up. Just eat it up. Yes, good morning, Catfish Jones. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, my title is Am I Homeless? I was informed last night that maybe I should just move back or go back to Ponca, take my house off the market, live in my house, get a 9-to-5 job, and conform. That's what. So I went to bed last night thinking, well, heck, am I really homeless? Even though I got a nice VW bus and a warm VW bus and a nice generator, which is outside. So yeah, I've been through Portland, Oregon. This beautiful neck of the woods. Beautiful Oregon and Washington and Northern California is just beautiful. I love driving through that neck of the woods. Like I said, when I worked for that RV rental guy, he'd fly me every October up there, and I spent three Octobers driving back in motorhomes. I'd drive a motorhome back to Los Angeles, and he'd fly me back to Seattle, Washington, pick up another one, and drive back. It was pretty fun times, you know, pretty fun times. So I got a 20, almost a 30-minute live stream. So did y'all catch Adam the Woo last night on his live stream? I know Nola Deach did. I think I seen a few folks. Howdy, howdy. You had a 65 bug? That's cool. I like the old V-dub bugs. I almost bought one a few years ago, and I had a 2000 bug, the year 2000, a few years after they started coming out with the new ones, and then I got rid of that a few years ago. But I want an older bug. I would like to have an older bug one of these years, but you know, I will not trade my bus for anything. Got a jet? All right, keeper. Yeah, I got to get ready to split myself too. I got to get the bus all cleaned up, and I got to get things done and all that jazz. I'm just trying to. I just had a lot of stuff on my mind this morning. Woke up with a lot of stuff on my mind. Like I said, the homeless thing kind of took me back. I've never really thought about it like that, you know. 53 split window bug would be your dream, or a bus? Oh wait, they didn't come out to 55, the buses, I think. The buses, yeah, came out 55, 54, 55. Something like that. But yeah, I just went to bed last night with that on my mind. Am I homeless? I don't think I'm homeless. I really don't. Yeah, I know. It was insensitive. It kind of took me back, because it just did. And I went to bed, went to sleep with that on my mind. I woke up with that on my mind, because I wake up early. I get up every morning, depending on the job situation. But more than times than not, I wake up about 4:45, 5:15, between those times, and I'm up for the day. Get my coffee going. And so I woke up 4:30 this morning and sat and started drinking coffee. Started thinking about that in a little conversation, that, you know, since you're homeless, maybe I should just go back to Ponca and get a job and all that jazz. And it was kind of the same stuff that I heard from different family members when I first moved to California back in 2010. That because when I first moved to California in 2010, it took me a little bit to find some work. I struggled a little bit, but then, you know, it was all good. But between that time I was struggling, I was told that maybe I should just go back to Oklahoma and go to work with my family, because at the time, my parents and my brother, they ran a freight company, and that's where I was working before that. But I wanted to do things on my own. I wanted to get away from the shadow of having your family, you know, there, to which I like to have them support me, but I just want to get out of the shadow of the financial thing, you know, working for your family, you know, blah 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 blah, which, you know, hindsight, you know, it's not a bad thing at all. At the time, I thought it was like a drag, because it's like, I know I want to go make my own money. I don't want to be like, oh, he works for his family. So I moved to California, started working down there. But between the time I moved to California and found a job, I got a lot of flack that maybe I should just move back to Oklahoma and go to work for my family. It's just not how I am. I don't like stuff. I like doing things on my own. I like being my own person. I like being different than a lot of other people doing. And this van life, it just, you be you. Yes, brother man. Yeah, I ain't living on the streets. Well, you are correct. I do have a home, but this was another thing that this person said, well, you're living on the streets in your van. Well, what if I was living in, like, you know, an RV park, you know, like, I mean, in the motorhome, in the bus, I mean, you be you and Ranger. Yes. Alrighty. I'm gonna flip the old camera back around here so you guys can enjoy the sunrise. It's early morning. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting things around. Sorry, I did not mean, when I pick the phone up or put it down, sometimes I hit the little button and it just shuts it off. What makes me happy? What makes me happy, brother man, is traveling. And not so much like traveling across the country, just traveling places, you know, seeing new things, working. I do love working every day and coming back, you know, to like the bus and just knowing I've worked or knowing I've done something that day. You know, stuff like that makes me very happy. And living in this bus does make me happy. And it's not like this is a new thing to me. I mean, back before I moved to California, I had long hair. I was a super duper gypsy. I traveled to many, many places selling, you know, tie-dyes. I mean, I used to do all kinds of tie-dyes, and I'd sell those and cook food, sell food, grilled cheese sandwiches, you know, the hippie type of thing. And I did well, and I enjoyed it. And then in 2010, I decided, you know, that I wanted to change, and I just moved to California like that. I had a 73 VW bus that I just got done restoring, and I took that with me to California, and I sold that. In hindsight, I should have just moved right into that bus and lived up and down the coast. But my ex-wife at the time, my wife at the time, was not having it. She moved to California very reluctantly. She didn't like California, but she was definitely not going to live in a VW bus in Southern California. And now I look at it, in hindsight, I'm like, I should have done that. But yeah, I sold that VW bus, and that's what got me into my apartment. Alrighty, friends, I'm going on 33 minutes. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. I do look forward as much as I do look back, brother. And sometimes I look too far forward, you know, and I let those little things like get me. Lots of road ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lots and lots of road ahead. And that's the exciting part. And, you know, I have a lot of people, not a lot, I have a few people ask me, you know, like, Brad, why don't you just jump in that bus and head back to California? Because you seem to be, that's where you want to be. And that's where I belong, is in Southern California, or anywhere in California on the West Coast. Doesn't matter if it's California, Oregon, Washington. I just belong on the West Coast. I belong traveling this great country of ours. But, I know there's a but there. But, my mother. I'm very close to my family, to my mom, to my brother. And when my pops passed, and I said this before and I'll say it again, I was 1,500 miles away, and that wasn't a good feeling. So that's the only reason I'm staying close to Oklahoma, is to kind of, you know, help my mom when she needs help. You know, she has a house that's hard for her to take care of. She's 73 years old. So that's the only reason I stay in this neck of the woods. Only reason. And that ticks my mom off. She's like, you're just waiting for me to die. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not waiting for you to die at all. You know, I don't know. I've had a lot of stuff in my brain this morning. Like I said, I had a lot of stuff in my brain. A lot of people say, keep it in your brain and have a good day. Well, I had to let this stuff out. All right, that's enough of my yip yapping. I keep yip yapping. So folks, Kentucky Ranger, Catfish Jones, Nola Deej, Keeper, all you groovy people, thank you for tuning in this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting stuff ready so I can head up to Labor Ready and get some work scored for the day. Stay tuned for tonight's edited vlog. I can't even speak. Edited vlog. Yes, Catfish, you have a good day too, my brother. As always, as always, please be kind. Be kind to one another. Love one another. You know, just be grateful, because every moment of the day and every person of the day can always change in a whim, and you never know when those things change. Peace, love, and Volkswagen grease.